Okay, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Today we're showing off our Prime Vision 2.0. This is a paint that I purchased at a hardware store. Cost me around $15 a gallon. Now, under the product of Crow's Mix, I don't see any testing. Like I said, same scenario. Oh, his product is right there in the middle of the screen. You just can't see it because the screen literally blended in that well. But as I said before, when it comes to his product, it's the same thing. Dark environments, overpowered projectors, pretty much smoke and mirrors. Anytime they display contrast levels, they make sure it's always done in the dark because contrast will pull up better in the dark environment. And they'll show up those bright, beautiful colors, always in a fully lit environment. In his demonstrations, he's always got a habit of basically any product he brings down to his apartment, the first thing he'll do is try to belittle that item to make his product look better. There's a few people who actually called him out on that one themselves, especially with that surface called Lux. Luxini fellow basically called him out on that one. I'm basically falsifying that demonstration. He also falsified the demonstration with the Darkstar 9. There's no way in the world he beat that screen. We already proved that one already. So in the middle of this screen right here, the primer is his sample sheet. So the longest time in his demonstrations, he's told you about all kinds of advancement capabilities when it comes to his products. When basically at the end of the day, it is nothing more than everyday house primer. That's all it is. And before, some people are so quick to basically lash out at me and say, well, you know, you don't, I don't have what? I don't have any tests? Yeah, I didn't think so. I run nothing but tests on my products. As a matter of fact, I do a lot of all my demonstrations are done in fully lit environments. My tests are unmatched. There are no companies out there, and that's the reason why I'm gonna leave that one alone. That's for something else. That's the reason why if anyone looks on the internet, you can't match my demonstrations to anybody else. You can't match my stuff to DMP, Supernova, Black Diamond, or any one of those big companies out there because my demonstrations are done differently. Fully lit environment, cheap, low-end projectors. We don't do the same things that the big companies do. We don't charge what they charge, but yet our screen can outperform them and we can back that up. Where this particular individual making his product does the exact same thing that the companies do. Overpriced projector, dark environment. So now we have it over here in a fully lit environment. And as you can see, you can't even see where your screen is at. It's right there. So you can figure out exactly what part of the screen is. If it's in the middle, it could be on the corner, it could be over here. Where do you think it's at? So this is what happens when you don't do any test demonstrations, because if you did test under your products, before I could do this, I would have to run every single test that you did under your product, and I would have to do it live as you did it in order to say this is identical to your product. You can't do that because you can't do any of our tests. Mind you, I gave you full permission to make our exotic products. Gave you permission. You haven't made one of them because you can't do it. Not only can you not make the product, but you can't even do the demonstrations that follow behind the product, and you can't do it live because you will fail. Detecting my remote control batteries must be dying. There we go. I replace batteries. So if you can't pass our tests, I know sure enough for a fact that you can't even make our product and do those tests. That's virtually impossible for you. This is what happens when you don't do tests. Anybody can come along and do this. Doesn't have to be me. Anybody can do this. There's your product right there in the middle of the screen. Now it's gone. When you first got caught doing that video demonstration of that free product and that product matched your personal mix, you deleted the video. That shows a clear indication of something you're trying to hide. Maybe that product that the video deleted is the actual ingredients for that product, the personal mix, which is just black and white paint. This is just straight up primer with nothing in it. This is your Metallica mix 2.0. And you could do all the videos from sun up to sundown of you basically stating that, oh, but he has nothing but black paint. Well, that's kind of hard to prove because you have to pass all the test demonstrations. And for a black screen, it pulls up a mighty bright image. But let's see if your image pops up. And we can see a difference. Now, I think I have some of your paint left over. I should have some of it. I know we can use all of it. Yeah, I got some of it left over. So I have some of your product left over. Not all of it was used. We're going to paint some of this on the screen. All right, so I got a little bit, because like I said, when we did the unboxing, you had a hole right here and your paint leaked out. So we got a little bit in there. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to take some of this and we're going to paint some of the paint onto the screen. I can block this up a little bit. Need to cover some of this. Let me see, I might have to get a little tape for that. All right. Now, I got a little bit of paint left over. As you can see right there, I'm going to take my sock, move it around in there, and get some of the paint out. And we're going to paint this corner right here. Paint that right there on the corner. And another spot right here. And another spot right here. Oh, and by the way, that little secret, I'm contracted now. So guess what? Don't care. Told you we had something interesting coming up. I have several contracts under my company now. So that means I'm guaranteed to automatically get anywhere from 100 to 200 gallons now. I told you some things we're working on. Of course, this is none of the screen paint you have ever seen before. I told you we're developing stuff that you don't know about. There's a lot of stuff that we work on that you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I do more than just show videos on YouTube. I actually work with other companies on developing, making their technology better. They buy the rights sometimes to my technology, and other times we get contracts. Because when you're showing demonstrations where you're blowing out $5,000 and $3,000 projection screens, using their own screens when doing it, sooner or later a company's going to come along and say, hey, look, can you advance all our old white screens so we can make more money off of them? Ah, there you go. Now we're still going to deal with our customers. Yeah, I love dealing with my customers. I love my customers that support me. I love them to death. We will support them. We will continue to design and keep our products for them. As for you people that support Crow and you find out about this, we don't want your business. As the screen starts to dry, it's going to blend right on in. This one's already half, sorry, this is already dried right here, near dry. That's his paint that I just took out of a container and painted it onto the primer, the Prime Vision 2.0. And by the way, the Prime Vision 2.1 isn't an actual paint. That's the name we just gave it. It's primer. That's what it says Prime. You look at is Vision, and we just added 2.0 on the end of it. It's just primer. That's all it is. And this side we painted on this side, practically almost dry. This is getting there. As I said before, we don't want your business. We don't. Anyone who does business with Crow, you don't do business with us. You continue to buy from him. Whatever this is, that's what you continue to buy. You don't buy from us. My customers who support me, who've been with me from day one, we will continue to serve them. New customers that come on and believe in us, we will continue to support you. Those of you who have been dealing with him, you stay dealing with him. We don't want your business. Look at this. Drying. That's about to go next. This one's already dried on this side. This one I painted in right here on the corner. Look at that one. Already dried in. Blended in. This one right at the top is blending in. That was about to blend in. It's still wet. Or you just go down and buy yourself some primer. Save yourself, let me see, it's 107, almost near $100 you're saving. Like 98 or something around that you're saving. Meanwhile, his screen is sitting, his sample screen is sitting right there in the middle. You can't see it, but it's right there. Let me put you a little closer. See if you can see it now. See it? Right in the center. Hold on for a minute. It's right here. You see it. You can see it. Oh, by the way, and I painted this great big huge sample sheet of Prime Vision right here. We're going to take the Prime Vision and we're going to paint this onto, what are we going to use? Oh, we're going to put it against our screen paint. That'll be easy since we test those, do the test anyway. Prime Vision. Zoom in. It's right there. That's a heck of a blend, isn't it? How much money did y'all lose? Pretty sure it was a lot. He made a killing off you. I'll tell you that much. You can't get mad at me about it. You're the one that got, he scammed you. You can get mad at me about it. He scammed you. And all that time he was telling you the whole time that we were the ones that were the scammers. And we were selling the real deal. You can't buy from us. Now keep in mind, our customers, like I said, they buy from us. But those of you who've been dealing with Crow, don't email me, don't talk about, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to be bothered with it. I'm blocking you right from the door. We don't want your business. You gotta take that up with him. You have to take that up with him. That's not my problem. Oh, excuse me. This is the Prime Vision. Putting my screen back to where I had it. I don't know, I think the Prime Vision looked better, I'm not sure. Not touching that. That's the sample sheet right there in the center. So we're not touching that. Just going back over it, Prime Vision. Our primer. And yep, I'm using a stop to paint the screen. Yeah, you can use a sock to paint the screen, right? A lot of people don't realize that, but you can. See? I wouldn't do it, but yeah. That's how you dry that fast, that quick. Well, the screen still there. It's right in the center. See, look, watch. There's the screen right there in the center. That's for kicks. Here's this personal mix right here. Still a little wet in the screen. That's his personal mix over there in the corner. That just disappeared a little bit. That's a little lighter. That's his personal mix right there. So this is dry. I'm telling y'all, when I popped open that lid, there was something suspicious about his product. Vision 2.0. I'm gonna put you up a little closer. He's right in the center of the screen. Oh, California, interesting. So I painted his screen in the middle of the screen. Then after get done painting over his screen, I took the Prime Vision and went back over the spots that I painted his surface into, and it still blended into his screen. That's sitting there right in the center, which you can't see. There's a sample sheet sitting right in the center. This is Prime Vision. This is our stuff. This is primer. Right there in the center is his screen. So you can see it. Paint that in right next to his screen. You can't still tell one from the other. Oh, shit, I forgot. I'm sorry, I should never say how much money. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, those who didn't know, I feel sorry for you, I really do. Those who didn't know, who got duped into it and believed all the hype behind it. Those who basically supported them, and basically, well, you got hit the hardest. You got hit the hardest. Because I'm gonna post this video right here with your messages, your email messages, basically talking trash to me on my freaking accounts, talking about how his product is this and his product is that, so and so and so. Yeah, I told you. That's how you treat people. All that nonsense that I went through, they're trying to tell me, oh, your camera's how to change. You must be doing something special with your camera. It's got to be the settings on your projector. It's got to be this, that, and the other. Yeah, primer. 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 The reason why our product looks that way is some faith and hard work. When you do tests, like we do over here, like I said, take the time. Go scour the internet. I give you that challenge. Find how many people are doing demonstrations on my level. Go ahead. I'm the only one who does demonstrations on this level. I'm the only one who downgrades his projectors in his home. Everybody's upgrading to 4K and 1080p. I'm downgrading my projectors and my screen still looks amazing. I can walk through my environment in a full lit environment, get up in the morning and show you my screen with the light hitting the side of my screen on any angle and it looks incredible. Go outside, I got demonstrations on my channels of 180-inch screens, 150-inch screens, displayed on every level. Motorized projection screens, styrofoam screens, wood screens, you name it, we've done it already. Tested our products against black paint, black vinyl, all different kinds of things. You name it, I got tons of stuff backing my technology's capabilities. And yet, the only demonstration this guy does is in the dark with a high-powered projector. And all the while, calling us scammers, you guys got scammed. Don't get mad at me, you get mad at him about it. And I'm pretty sure a few people have figured it out. We figured this out a long time ago. The first time we had his product, we figured it out. But you know what? I tried to handle things on a certain level. But after a while, when people keep doing the same dumb stuff to you over and over and over again, you say, you know what? Gloves are off. I'm going to show you what this guy's product really is. Now, if I wanted to go really, really berserk on you, I can take this primer, like I said, I can advance it to a level and use it to blow out all your products. But we're not going to do that because it's not about that. I'm showing people what they're actually getting. I'm exposing you for the fake that you are. And you are a fake. You have not done any of the demonstrations we asked you to do. You have not completed any of the challenges we asked you to do. You asked me to turn my screen around and show the back side of it, that black side, against my screen on a white level. Not a problem. Already did it. The reason why I don't entertain you on that level, because I do the test. And if I do the test, I know how my product's going to perform. That's why I can do live demonstrations easily, without fear, because I know how my product's going to work because I test it. You, on the other hand, you don't test your product, so you don't know how it's going to react. That's why you're sitting there controlling the lights, flickering them on and off, because every time a contrast level comes on, you turn the lights off, and every time a level comes on with beautiful colors, you pull the camera around the environment. You think you're hiding anything? You're not hiding nothing. You may be fooling a few people, but people who have been in the field for years can see through your nonsense. And I can clearly see that what you were using was basic, everyday primer. That's how I'm able to paint around your screen. Paint your screen into the screen, it blended. Paint over your screen, and it's still blended in with the screen that's sitting in the center of your screen right now. There's your screen right there in the center. And I'm going to tell you something so you understand. This is not done from anger or be upset. I'm not upset or angry. I'm ticked off at people who don't do their jobs correctly. That's what bothers me. People like you who do not do their jobs correctly, who want to cut corners. What do you call the snake oil salesman? That's what you are. That's what bothers me. Same thing I talk about these big companies in the big industry. They tick me off all the time. That guy from freaking Elite Screen sitting up there talking about my windows were open. That's a joke of the day. Ambient light controlled environments, calibrating your projector. Projectors that cost just as much as freaking car payments on what? God knows what kind of car payments you'd be paying for that kind of thing. But anyway, who the freak's going to relate to a freaking $24,000 projector, a $50,000 projector? Only certain people can relate to that. Sure enough, it's not going to look the same way when you get it home. When you get that screen home, it's not going to look the same way. You don't own the projector that made that screen look that way. Yeah. I don't like the industry. That's what I don't like. So no. Dumb stuff you done in the past, I don't, stuff like that, we already got that handled. That's going to be handled. But it's what you do to the industry. It makes me sick of you. The fact that how you cheat and do things in I don't know where I can possibly say on how you do things, man. And then you come up there with this mumbo jumbo nonsense about the colors and this. Oh man, come on, give me a break. Do your job correctly. People take great pride in what they do. I love my job. I like what I do for a living. That's why I get up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning and hit the grindstone. That's why I'm constantly bringing out different products, constantly doing tests, constantly pushing my products, because I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do. But when I see people taking that same passion and doing what you do to it, that's what ticks me off. You don't need to be selling jack anymore. Nothing. You're a disgrace to people in the home theater business. You are. Take it any way you want. You're a disgrace. You don't even know what hard work is. Go back and check my records on my account. You can go back and check where I started my company in a small little rented room. How my products constantly change and evolve into greater and bigger things. And here you are with the same stuff over and over and over again, over and over and over again, over and over and over again, over and over and over again. You're spending all this money for these expensive projectors. Same thing like these big companies. And I don't care if they get ticked off either. We're spending all this money for these expensive projectors. For what? I could beat your screen on a 720p with no problem. And I'm talking about the big companies now. I could easily level your screen with a 720p projector in a fully lit environment. What's your excuse? That's what bothers me. So now you know what grinds my gears and what eats my lunch at the end of the day. Jamie's shenanigans are a joke. We laugh at that. But how you treat the business and how you can't even explain things properly at that. Good gracious. Can't even explain the science behind distance throw because you don't do distance throw properly. Now, Prime Vision is the new screen paint. No, it's not even the screen paint, it's house paint. But if you feel that our technology sits in the same boat, feel free to make my product and feel free to do every test demonstration I've done under my product. And you can do that live, all in the same day. Designed in the same day, do a 5-screen certified against on the same day, do a 1,000 lumen projector at 22 feet back at 130 watt lamp in the center of the screen. Do your 13 to 14 feet back on low lumen projector starting at 1,400 lumens to 1,000 lumens. Also short though with certified screens. Hit the screen with at least 15 to 18 certified screens of different colors. Fully lit environment. Contrast levels exposed. Color levels exposed. White levels exposed. The whole 9 yards. Not picking out and you really begin the ambient light projection demonstration. Can't do that, can you? Nope. And while you're doing that, make sure you have your product next to it while you're doing those demonstrations. From now on, any demonstration that you post, I'm going to match it on this screen. And you can sit there and say, oh, but the Cinemax is different. It's a different product. No, it isn't. It's just lighter than the Personal Mix. That's all it is. Go out and get that paint called Lazy Gray. Go get Lazy Gray, paint it next to your screen. Do a color sheet of one color after the next. And see if there's a significant difference. When I mean significant difference, I mean as a night and day significant difference. I bet you it's only off by a little margin. That's basically about it. And he considers that to be a huge change. What you should have did when you were making your product, you should have went out like we did. When I had to go out and get chalk paint, I had to go out and get, like I said, I got videos of it. Chalk paint, vinyl, black sheets, cardboard, black vinyl, all this stuff had to be laid against a black screen to see which one would bring up the higher white levels. Testing our products. Any black surface is going to bring up a contrast level. The hardest thing for a black screen to pull up is a white level. So that's why we had to do all those tests. Because if I'm doing business with a company, they're going to say, okay, well, why should I even buy your black product? I can get black paint and do the same thing. I can get black vinyl and do the same thing. I can get black chalk paint and do the same thing. We have to show a difference in there. That's why when you asked me to reverse my screen, I grin, much like the Grinch grin when he asked you to figure out how to take Whoville. You know that big old grin he had? That's what I had when you said it. That's why I was so quick to react to it. Because we've done these demonstrations already from testing. So when you make your product, what you should have did, you should have went out and got, and I said this already, gray primer, gray projection, screens, other different gray surfaces, and you should do demonstrations of them all lined up together, and you should do contrast levels, because we know the screen's going to pull white level. That's easy. You should be pulling the very opposite of what the screen can't do. Our ultralight gray that beats your screen was able to beat the primer screen, was able to beat your screen, and was able to pull a contrast level and turn dark the minute the projector hit it, showing that it's a different form of formula than any other gray screen out there on the market. When I flipped it over against the other screen, it turned light gray. I can show a difference. And got the live video demonstrations and tests to back it up. You can't. Look at that. That's insane. Do you see that? That is freaking insane. Look at this. $15 a gallon. And no, I'm not bothered for the simple fact that I've spent money on your product. I don't care about losing that money because exactly like I said, it's an experiment. You're gonna lose money. Anytime you buy something that you know that's good, like when I go out and I buy these white projection screens and I get them over here, or I go out and I buy these knockoff projectors, I know what the outcome is going to be when they come over here. I already know it. But for somebody who basically saves their money up and they believe in your mumbo jumbo speech that you're giving off on your YouTube channel about how this technology is supposed to be so advanced and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and they feed into that nonsense, this is what they get. Not saying they deserve it, because those who don't know, I feel sorry for you. Those who supported him and this, that, and the other and talked all this trash, well, hey, yeah. I gotta go. I got things to take care of today and things to do. The next time you start running your mouth again, I'll buy all your products and I'll stick it against Prime Vision 2.0. We'll see how it turns out. Till then, you need to up your game, my friend. You need to get out there and you need to start doing some test demonstrations, some real test demonstrations, and basically go out there and show the difference between your product and different forms of primers, because I will buy every primer I can get my hands on and I will basically do every side-by-side demonstration showing that your product, well, it is what it is. What's the point? We already did it already. What's the name of money? Okay. Oh, I forgot to add. Tomorrow, tomorrow is only a day away. Don't come out tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be snow. Joke to the industry. Joke to the industry. I don't even know what you're talking about. On camera, don't even know what you're talking about half the time. Can't even explain the science behind a distance throw. There you go. Somebody stick. We gotta get some sticky tape. Was it in the other one? I think it's in here. I think we may have one here. Oh, we do have one here. Great. Big one done. Cool. Take this whole batch off. Yeah. Everybody, people say, oh, you must be mad and upset. And I am upset. I'm upset at the fact that how he treats the industry. That's what I'm mad about. Can't stand somebody who don't do their job correctly. It burns me up. If you was raised the way I was raised, you get your head knocked off for that nonsense. And those of you who had the opportunity to grow up with a military father, you would know what it's like to have to do something 100% and do it right. Consequences came with a price. So you did it right. Not this nonsense, circus ride, a freaking old lay. I might advance to Prime Vision. I think I might advance to it. Prime Vision 2.0, Prime Vision 2.0. I like that name. That was kind of cool. Kind of catchy, Prime Vision 2.0. So here we have the personal mix, which, like I said, is a little lighter. And we got the Metallica mix, which blends well with our Prime Vision 2.0. Now, for those of you thinking, oh, it must be a new screen paint we made. No, it is primer. If you listen to the name, Vision, you're looking at it, right? Prime, it is primer, right? All right, then we just added the 2.0 at the end to make it sound spiffy. That's it. Personal mix matches in two. Man. Told you. Once I decide to retire them out of the picture, man, you got to either somebody else comes up that's doing the job right. That would be nice. But until then, you're going to have to deal with the scammer, or you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're going to deal with the overpriced projections from companies. That's what you're going to have to deal with. And like I said, sooner or later, I'm planning to retire. But you have contracts. I can have somebody run my company and I can retire. And if I decide to branch on for that level, well, then again, I'm talking too much. So we should come out tomorrow with Prime Vision 3.0. We can do a 3.0. Or make it darker. We just add more black paint into it. That's what we'll do. All right, let's take this off. This is really about the Metallica Mix 2.0. Yeah, get the big sticky on this one. No, he likes the video with the. Hold on a minute. J and K 4K. But it's different. He has ultra short throat. I don't mean jack. I don't. I have a 4300 lumen. Chrissy behind me. That's a whole different story right there. And that's 4300 lumens. Oh, that's wrong. We want this one. There we go. No contrast whatsoever. Gone. Look at that. Any video you do, Jamie, just let you know. I'm going to match it on this screen. All your mixes are the same. They look the same. No difference. If there's any difference, how about you do that priming demonstration I'm doing right now? Match it against your product. See how close it blends in. We've been asking you for the longest time to display a star fill demonstration because you've been faking contrast level demonstrations. You've been doing demonstrations in the dark, zooming up on the screen, trying to make it like your screen can produce a contrast level when it can't. You're misleading your customers. We do a contrast demonstration, it's supposed to be done in a fully lit environment. You don't do that. We've requested that star fill demonstration multiple other people to do stuff, but you don't do it yourself. Look at that, that's insane. I will never, ever, as long as I live, you don't worry, I have to worry about me buying any products from you ever again. I got Lowe's up the street, I'm good. You seeing that? Wow. I'll let you look at that for a bit. I'm going to get myself some hot. What I find interesting that anytime you do one of those campaigns where you try to smear my screen to make it look like it's darker than it is, I will come up and back up my technology, which I did in that last demonstration where we had a camera showing the exact same video being posted on the same screen that you claimed that you had our product, and we were using your lighter product and blending into your product at the same time while displaying your screen coming up much darker, showing that you had a fake product. So we outed you on that one. You do fake demonstrations. As in you call yourself making our product, like I said, we gave you permission to make all the exotics with all the tests attached with them, all live, all done on the same day. You haven't done one of them, which proves you can't even make our product because, like I said, I mean, if you don't do tests, how are you going to pass our tests? Look at that. You want to talk about white levels? Look at that. It's still blended into your screen. And if you think that's more impressive, hey, check out the video when you first come into my channel. Watch that thing. I painted the screen outside. Not behind closed doors, outside. And I displayed contrast level and bright and white levels, and that was an 8 that did that demonstration. So now I can get all the free, and I didn't have to mix anything together. I had to put any tutorial out and show people how to make it, just primer. Let's go to this one right here. Because he might claim that, well, my product has better contrast. No, it doesn't. They both have the same contrast level, literally, as you can see. They match on every single level. Holy, well, I can't say that word. That'd be wrong. Excuse me, Lord. Say that word. That's how I felt a few minutes ago. Good gracious. I gotta add that up on how much money he's making from your house. Good gracious. Seriously. That's about 85. Yeah, it's 7 into that right there. That's around $92. He's making $92 from you guys. $92 if you take away the 15 bucks that I paid for this. So if he just went out and paid 15 bucks for primer, he made $92 off $15 that he invested in to get the primer. And since he doesn't sell it in gallons and he sells it only by the quarts, that's $75 a quart. So think about that. $15 per gallon, he gets 4 quarts out of it at $75 a quart. You pay $23 for shipping, comes to $107. So he's made a good amount of bundle, about somewhere around 92, around that much. And he doesn't do gallons, like I said. So we're talking about, 4 times 92 at a $15. Well, I'll let you figure that one out. Lollipop, lollipop. Now, as I said before, over and over again, before we got down this road, when we first had this product here, I said that his product does do an improvement better than a white screen. But then I said, if you go down to Home Depot and you just grab what primer, and I was giving you a bit of a hint there, and you throw that against the screen, it would change the outcome of it too. It would produce a lot better color and so forth with no problem. That's it. Can't get mad at me, Crow. You did it to yourself. I told you to go out and cheat the customers. Just so we can show proof it is your product. There's your container right there. We also have the video of the unboxing. We'll post that below so you can see it for yourself. Came here with a hole in the front of it that leaked all inside of the container. We had to tape it up. That's your product right there. Right in the center of that screen. And the other part is all primer. It's all primer in the center of that screen. Did your test? You match your product up against different forms of gray screen paints, and that'll give you the ability to be able to design a product that would be more advanced than the other gray screen paints if you ran tests correctly. You could show a difference between your paint and other gray paints, which we asked you to do. You didn't do that. So you gotta ask yourself a question: who are you more mad at? You mad at me because I showed you exactly what was happening to you, or are you mad at him because he scammed you? At the end of the day, I couldn't care less if you're mad at me or not. You need to see what you needed to see. I told you we're making this stuff years ago, many years ago. You go back and check my digital and crystal screen paint channel. What comes up, and you will see me actually having this paint. Except for with our primer digital and crystal screen paint, since we don't make anymore, I told you what it was. It was bare 1050. It was any form of Metallica paint that you could add into it, and it was gold glitter. That's what was in the digital and crystal screen paint that we no longer make anymore. And any of the technology we make has nothing to do with it, because I told you that from the door, when you make a product, all your products are supposed to have different identities when it comes to the formula code when you're designing it. That way, if you decide to obsolete or sell one of them, it doesn't disrupt the rest of them. When they all look the same, then that causes a domino effect. And again, why do you think he deleted the video? It came too close to home. That's why he deleted it. Someone's going to find out, if not the 27,000, they're already liking the video, didn't figure it already. And if you got a chance to watch the full video, he mixed the product, he painted it on the screen, he did the demonstration completely in the dark. TCL, 4K demonstrations. And please don't use the line that your screen produces better contrast, because you can't display Starfield. Which, as a matter of fact, Starfield demonstration. Don't even dare try to bring that one up. You don't even display that as it is. Told you. Some people actually think about that. They think, well, I had one guy came in here and he was talking about, oh, well, take this product and put that dark UV mix, put it against your black screen and see what happens. Oh yeah, that was a huge piece of humble pie to eat, wasn't it? Came up gray on that screen. Did you not just hear me say in the demonstration that the signature 17 coating that's on that screen is super jet black, but it's invisible? Let's go back to the other demonstration we're doing. Oh, here's what he likes to do. Now, can he pull this out of the mess that he got himself into? Oh, yeah, he can. He just has to do tests. That's all. I would go up there and I would apologize to my customers, and I would basically start doing test demonstrations on coming out with a new and much better product, and one that basically can show that it does not match any form of gray screen paint or any form of gray primer, put it that way. Why do you think we test our screens against so many certified projection screens? I have customers that can go out there and spend $5,000 and $10,000 for a projection screen with no problem. They want to know what's the difference between me going out and spending money for that screen or buying your screen paint. And guess what? I can show them. What about ambient light rejection? How's your technology with that? Hey, you want to show you ambient light rejection? Where you want to go? We can take it inside, outside. We got screens next to windows. How you want me to display it? What about your projector? Oh, my projector's only 1,500 lumens. 1,000 lumens, 22 feet back, we can display. 13 feet back outside, we can display. What about your angle gain? We can pull a 190-degree viewing angle outside. I did it with an Optima GT 5600, displayed a 140-inch screen outside on an 8, and pulled a 190-degree viewing angle outside on ultra short throw. Never been done before. Can your screen take a direct hit from sunlight? We got sun killer technology. We got a game we're developing that can take a hit from the sun. I got game technology that I'm working that's only at 1% that can sit there and you can surround it with light bulbs and it still produces an image from corner to corner. You have to do the test. We got screens that we can submerge underwater. We can project images on 200 lumens and punch an image right through water and hit the screen and reflect a beautiful image on the other end. What about the durability of it up in duct tape, soaked it in water, and froze it into a block of ice? Had to beat it with a hammer just to get the screen out, cook it on top of the range just to heat it up, and pull it apart on camera without actual screen cracking or peeling not one time. You have to go those extra miles. Hey, you see me when I get on camera, I get hyped up when I start talking about, let's take the projector, let's stick it outside. Built a ledge and stuck it outside my window so I can take a 1,000-lumen projector, stick it outside, let the sun hit it to diminish the lumens, have it travel through glass, travel across a well-lit environment, and still hit a 130-watt lamp and still produce an image on the screen. Come on. You sit there and hear me say in my demonstrations, I need a challenge. You see the kind of crazy stuff that I do. I'm hyped up as it is right now. I'm supposed to be working on something. That front and rear screen we got from Amazon, I gotta see if we can work on that. Because right now, I took it out of the package and hit it with the projector. Oh, it's nasty. It can be better than that. It can be way better than that. So Right now, we have a formula already downstairs. I just got to get around to coding it, where we can actually advance contrast, color, make it look fantastic. Rear projection, front projection out of this surface. We can make it look incredible. That's what we're working on right now. So we have a rear and front, pre-coated surface. That's what we're working on. I don't know what the freak. Oh, wait. We got a few rear projection screens we can test against with that stuff. Yeah. We got a couple of them. I'll have to track them down. I'm going to take the lights on this one, people, for y'all. Yeah. I bet you for the next couple of days, you're going to do a whole bunch of videos on video games and 3D toys or whatever. He's going to be doing something completely different to try to take your mind off of what just happened. But it's not going to go away. Because every time you do a video, and if you basically are falsifying that video by making claims that your screen paint can't do, I'm going to expose it. Because doing those demonstrations in the dark and claiming your screen can pull a contrast level, and then basically, that's what ticks me off. You do that demonstration in the dark and you show your contrast level and say, look, the screen pulls amazing contrast. Well, then do it with the lights on then. It shouldn't be a problem. That's a fake demonstration right there. Little lights peppered out through the environment. See, the problem is that you decided to basically compare your technology to ours. And you think that for some reason you're on the same level as my work, and you're not at all, because you don't do anything that we do over here. And then basically when you can't beat the screen, then you want to go around calling people scammers, when the entire time you're one yourself. Now, that other fellow, like I said, that called you a cheat and deceitful human being, not a big fan of his because of what he did, but then again, I outed that product he was using, and that was the end of that nonsense from him from the door. So at least he knows when to quit. But you, on the other hand, you got some problems. But like I said, keep doing those fake demonstrations, and I'm going to keep exposing you. Let's check something out real quick. Starfield demonstration. Starfield screensaver. See how much better your colors come up in the dark? Next to primer. That's how your black levels come up. And that's what happens if you turn the lights on in your environment. That's what happens to your screen. That's why you don't do demonstrations in fully lit environment, because your black levels would fade extremely fast. That's why when you did that demonstration, so-called at that customer's place, that's why every time they showed the contrast levels, you turned the lights out. And then when the colors came on, then you took the camera, you moved around and said, look how the image pops up. Look how the image pops up. Starfield screensaver. Oh, doing something different. See if we got it here at least. Starfield screensaver. Here we go. See how much better your black levels come up when you're in the dark? It's almost believable that you're pulling a contrast level. That's why you don't do demonstrations when we display. We asked you for the Starfield demonstration. We requested fully lit environments. Anytime you do any form of contrast demonstration, it's supposed to be on a fully lit environment. The reason why he stays away from the Starfield, because this is just strictly 98% when you're talking about a heavy contrast level. He likes to do the demonstrations where you have like city lights, something where it's going to be a lot of white light in there, something to camouflage those black levels. There you go. And that's why you won't display it. You got a better chance of showing your demonstration contrast levels in the dark because your screen won't pull up. LG beta fish. You know why this is a hard demonstration? Because the background of it is black. That's why. Got a better chance of displaying it with the lights out. Because the black levels pick up better. I know you smoke and mirrors. Because in an OLED demonstration, the background is supposed to be black. And even with the lights out, you're still not even pulling a black level. Nope, you're pulling a dark, like mid gray, but you're not pulling a black. We already done that demonstration too, testing your product in a dark environment against a gunmetal Nova. You didn't do well on that screen. But keep in mind, like I said, $15 product. Philips 4K demonstration. Remember, your screen's right there in the center. Gee. Oh, water. Oh. Drink it that much? No, not really. In case you want to start that dumb nonsense about saying that, oh, the screens come up so dark you can't even see them. There you go. So for that screen right there, I can see contrast and color. Yours can't. Nope, can't see it at all. Blind as a bat. Signature 17 can see color and all that other good stuff. Matter of fact, I gotta play the screen. Damn, played the screen all week. I don't know. Last couple of days I haven't played with it. Screen's doing a fantastic job. Looking very close to primer. Oh, I'm sorry. It is primer. Yes, it's primer. Nothing different, nothing new. Whatever special ingredients or whatever stuff you talked up with your customers, tell them it's going to give you a fantastic improvement. It's going to give you a much more brighter, more richer image. It's fantastic with 4K projectors and so on and so forth. It's primer. Oh, let me see. Sharp 4K demonstrations. What we got going on with Sharp? Sharp got anything new in here? Did Samsung, Philip, Sharp. Oh, I think I'm actually missing one. There's one that I forgot which one it was. Not Samsung. Sharp. Sony 4K demonstration. Oh, here, just in case, curious to know. Yeah, the white levels match too. Because he'll use that line too. He'll say, oh, no, but the difference between mine and primer is my white levels are higher. No, your white levels are the same as primer. And just in case if you try to use that line already, because he's going to try to say, oh, my white levels are much higher. No, they're not. They're the same. They are the same. They're the same as both of them match blue. They're all the same. The same. All right, people, that's enough for me. As you can see, my Prime Vision 2.0 matches the Metallica Mix 2.1, or like 2.0. I think it's Metallica Mix. Call it Metallica Mix. Because Metallica Mix perfectly, with no problem whatsoever. It matches perfectly, as you can see. Look at that, perfectly. It matches. So price tag for his product would cost you $75 on eBay, plus an additional $23 for shipping and handling. And this product would cost you $15 a gallon. And it'd be a little bit funner if you had some test attached to it. If you had some testing, some extreme testing attached to it, then the video would be longer because then we could add in those test demonstrations. But there is no test demonstrations. He has this stuff. I mean, pretty much we turn the lights out. That's basically about it. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Anytime I explain this in the visual, I see you try to do demonstrations on the same projector that I have over here. But when I show off the Sony VPL, CS4, whatever projector, I do those demonstrations in fully lit environments. When you do those demonstrations, you pull the projector back and your environment is still dark and you're still choosing to use colorful demonstrations. You don't display those solid colors first. You don't do any of that at all, period. Because you don't show contrast or anything like that. Anything that's going to basically expose your screen for what it is. You don't do those tests at all. You just do colorful demonstrations, dark environment, and high-end projector. That's all you do. That's why if you had some tests attached to it, I could do the test, but there is no test. Where on the other hand, if you basically had my product, you would have to do all the tests that we do under our products, and you would have to do them live because that's how we do them. Now, I already know from the fact that if you don't do your test, you don't do tests, then you're not going to do those tests that we do. Your screen won't survive it. Man. Well, I don't have to buy nothing from me anymore. I don't have to worry about getting my orders canceled and, you know, all the other dumb nonsense you do to keep me from buying your product for what? You just go to Lowe's and just look at your screen and just match the color. And that's all I got to do. I guarantee the screen you're using at Cinemax is cyber. If it's cyber, it'd be too dark. It's somewhere between a lazy gray, like a very light gray. But I say a lazy gray if you're in that area. That's what it is. And I have to add anything to it. I had to put no 2 tablespoons of black into it. I didn't have to add any glitter to it. Nothing. Popped it out of the can, painted it on the screen. See? Brought the camera all the way up, back and forth, matches perfectly. So now, I have your Metallica Mix 2.0. I can paint on anything I want. So that's all it is. There's no difference. See? Now, if I wanted to be a real bonehead about it, I mean, literally, I just did this basically to out you for what you are, because I'm tired of your fake nonsense and you call yourself selling the screen and being an expert and you feel you're not even close. But if I want to be a real bonehead about it, I can do every demonstration you do and match it on this screen. And I guarantee it'll match perfectly. I guarantee you. Well, with that being said, I'm out of here. I got things to do. I got some experiments, things to work on. I got a couple more contracts to look over. As I said, we got some big changes coming up pretty soon. Very big. So with that being said, I got to go. And like I said, you could be angry and mad at me all you want. At the end of the day, I mean, heck, would you rather be paying $75 for something you could have got for $15? All right, then. There you go right there. That's why we got to do all the tests, people. That's why we got to do all the tests. So we can show what makes our product different from everybody else's on the market. That's what makes you stand out. That's why I say take the time, do the research, go look around the internet. Try to match my demonstrations to anybody. Guarantee you won't find any. See if you can find one demonstration of somebody's screen taking a direct hit from sunlight and still showing an image. There you go. There's one right there. You have to do the test. If you don't do the test, you don't want to do the hard work, then guess what? You end up being like this. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, buddy, but it is what it is. You scammed a whole bunch of people. Badly. Very badly. And the sad thing about it is, like I said, you could probably do a chargeback. You could probably complain to... I don't know what you could do, to tell you the truth, because on his account, it doesn't really say what you bought. Unless you got proof in an email that you did email him and did say, hey, look, I requested this particular item, then you got some proof. Other than that, if he didn't state anything in that email at all, then he could deny it. That's why when you buy from us, we have a detailed receipt from the server. Anyone's ever bought from us will know they get a detailed receipt from the server. They get how much they paid for, they get the item number, they get the team number, they get the product they ordered, the color they ordered, everything. It's a detailed receipt that comes from the server. You can get the same thing off eBay. You just have to put it in there. You have to put that description in there, what you're getting. And there's no excuse for why you have to email him when eBay has a category, a catalog that will allow you to catalog all your different items and give them names. So when you purchase that item, it comes up on your receipt of the item that you ordered. You should not have to email this guy in order to get the product that you want. That is stupid. Absolutely stupid. And that is a major red flag there, that you have to email him to get the color paint that you want when he can just easily put it right there for you to buy it. And it could show up right there on your receipt, your bill of receipt. All right. Well, give you something to think about. Got to go. God bless.